Good morning, everybody. We're on our day 2 of our 100 Days Believing Bigger. Day 2 says, Seeing the Unseen. Faith led Noah to listen when God warned him about the things in the future that he could not see. He obeyed God and built a ship to save his family. Through faith, Noah condemned the world and received God's approval that comes through faith. Hebrews 11:7. Noah's story is a wonderful example of what it looks like to truly trust God. Think about it. Noah was obedient, patient, and willing to be seen as crazy by others who didn't understand what he was doing. They couldn't see what he saw or hear what he heard. Remember, trust is what enables us to access the voice of God with greater intensity and clarity. These qualities protected Noah and preserved the legacy of his family. He trusted God's instruction even when others humiliated him. He took the time to build the ark and didn't rush. After the flood, Noah first sent a raven and then a dove to test the land to see if it was ready for the family to emerge. When the dove returned without a branch, Noah knew that the place for his feet was not yet ready. Water still covered the land. But later, the dove returned with a branch, signaling that the wait was over. Building our spiritual trust is the primary way God equips us to experience the incredible. There's two sentences that popped up for me in this devotional. It said he took the time to build the ark and didn't rush. How many times do we rush to do some stuff and then we end up messing up what we're doing, right? So take your time. Don't rush. If you're going to turn in something, turn it in correctly. Because we know what good work is. Don't rush. Another thing that popped up to me was these qualities protected Noah and preserved his legacy and family. When he trusted, the sentence right before that said, trust is what enables us to access the voice of God with greater intensity and clarity. So those two sentences really spoke to me. The question for devotional 2, day 2 was, what would have become and his family? What would have become of Noah and his family if he'd ignored the message, the lack of the branch, and instead decided that it was the right time to step out? Sometimes we rush to do things and they don't come out right. So I'm glad this is a question because this makes us think a little bit more of the decisions we're going to make or we're going to do. The prayer for devotional 2 is, Lord, your ways are perfect and your timing is pristine. Create in me a desire to see in the realm of the unseen and equip me to trust and act upon your instruction, regardless of opinion or conditions. Amen. So I encourage you to write down your answer in your journal. That way you can go back and backtrack and see if you understood, the faith and listening and having faith in the unseen. Sometimes we don't see stuff and we always want to see okay, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? If I take this decision, is it the correct decision? We're never going to know. So he persevered in his understanding of what he was hearing was God's voice. So when he stepped out of that boat, it was the correct time, the correct timing. So the question again was, what would have become of Noah and his family if he ignored the message, the lack of a branch, and instead decided that it was the right time to step out? Thank you for hopping on for days 2 devotional for today, and see you soon.